What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the She Said No podcast. I'm your host, Marco G, aka the Six Scale Scoundrel, and I'm here with my beautiful co-host, Gigi. Gigi, say hi.
Hi.
Gigi, we're on episode 6 already. Is that crazy or what?
It's not that many episodes.
I mean, given where we were, a year ago, a little over a year ago to now, I feel like 6 episodes. It's kind of wild to think we've got this many in the queue.
Okay.
You're not impressed. Okay.
I am not.
Fair enough. So today we got a great show for y'all. We've got all the normal segments. Parking Pass Watch.
No,
Gigi
I'm going to
Judges.
stop you right there. That one's over. It's dead. It's dead. I will not hear about this parking pass anymore. Like, we're done with that. It's done.
I still want to talk about it, but no,
not?
we've gotten a lot of feedback, and everyone's feedback has been, get the parking pass already, all right? But people love hearing about it. Come on.
No.
All right, so Parking Pass Watch is struck from the show. I'll get on that sometime in 22 or 23. We've also got Gigi Judges. We've got a bit of an extended Gigi Judges. I'd say a bit of a retooling of how we do it. We've got a new segment called What's on Tap. That'll be kind of the media that we're consuming. And our main topic of the show is the Nintendo Switch. And we're going to talk about it in kind of a different way than you think. So I think we got some surprises in store there. Let's start with, is it weird though? All right. Everyone's favorite segment, is it weird? Is it weird to talk about divorce as often as we talk about? I think that we make people uncomfortable when we...
I didn't realize that until recently.
So what brought that to your attention that maybe we're making folks uncomfortable? And what did you say, first of all? Because you're the one that says it most often.
I think I just said, when I divorced Marco or something like that. And it was during New Year's with a really close friend. So that's where I was like, wait, is this wearing people out? Because these are very close friends of ours who have the same type of sense of humor as we do. And so I just thought that it was a safe space, and they just looked at me like, whoa, and I was like, wait.
Are they that good of friends though? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I think maybe we should probably cool it with the divorce talk, or just get divorced, one of the two.
Here's the thing though, because when we do get a divorce, I'm gonna go back and listen to these episodes with my new husband, and then I'm like, see, there were red. Look at all these red flags.
For sure. Toxicas.
It's never meant to be. Don't worry, baby.
Will we still do the podcast when you have a new man though?
You wouldn't be able to handle it. Oh my god.
Okay, fine. I'll find a new co-host. There's 1,000 Gigis out there. Gigi, if you're watching, comment down in the. We'll sign you up for an audition. Okay, so let's talk about some updates in our life. I think I'll go first, of course, because I'm the star of the show. But I did have a job interview, and now, not to give too many details, but this would be for a promotion in my current position, kind of the next level. And the reason I bring this up is because right before the interview, which was virtual, I came into my room, which is our entertainment room / my figure display area, and I looked at all the figures and I was like, all right, let's do it for these. I want more hot toys. Come on, let's get this promotion. Let's get this raise. And so I think it went well. We'll see. If I never bring it up again, then just know I didn't get it. And if I do bring it up again, then I'll let y'all know if I was successful or not. Gigi, what's been going on in your life?
I don't know if this is a damper.
A damper? If it's depressing, don't talk about it.
I've just been feeling I haven't been feeling productive, and I feel that's been really affecting me lately, and I'm just trying to figure out a way to snap out of it.
I think that's fair, and I think a lot of us have gone through that in the pandemic where we don't feel our normal selves and we don't feel productive, and so I'm trying to do my best to assist you with getting back to normal, but I know that's a journey that you're on yourself. So I'm just here to kind of stay out of the way. But have there been any techniques that you've been using? Maybe anything that folks experiencing similar feelings might benefit from?
I feel it's trying to trick your brain right into feeling a little bit, I don't know. Going on walks with Pancake have really helped. We went to get some street tacos last night. And that really helped me.
Okay, the street taco. That was our second dinner, by the way. We had dinner, and then we went with some friends to get some tacos afterwards. A real Friday night tradition from now on, I think.
But yeah, the walks, I think the sunlight, I can't even think. Just, yeah, going out for walks when it's like a beautiful day outside and not just like staying inside the entire day has really helped. But it's tough. It's been really tough. I can't really say that I'm there yet, but I just want to feel like myself again.
Okay, well, we will update you all on if she ever feels herself again. No, not to make light of mental health, because, it is important for all of us to get our mind right. For me, it's the figure collecting really helps me, but, Gigi's finding her own things. Our main topic of the show, the Nintendo Switch, I think it'll play a little bit into this, and we'll loop back on that. So, all right, so we've gone through... Is it weird? Giving everyone an update on our lives. Anything else you'd like to say on that, Gigi?
No.
The next topic we will talk about, or the next segment, excuse me, will be Gigi Judges. Now, the reason I said it was a bit different is, first, I think we're going to start talking about Spider-Man No Way Home. We won't do a full-on review because I've got a bunch of thoughts. I could probably talk for hours about this movie, which I've seen twice now. But Gigi did go with us and a group of friends to see it the day it came out. And so, Gigi, why don't you give your thoughts on the movie?
I really enjoyed it. So as I mentioned before, I really didn't have an idea. I hadn't watched any of the trailers or whatever. I didn't really know what it was going to be about, but I had asked on the previous episode if it was like a normal thing to go back and watch all the previous Spider-Mans. And I'd like to recant a statement that I made. So I said I had no interest in watching all the other Spider-Man movies, but I think after watching, what's the name? No Way Home?
Yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home.
I feel like it made me want to watch the other Spider-Man movies.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we do plan to now watch the Amazing Spider-Man movies, which I personally was not the biggest fan of at the time, and I think only because that Spider-Man wasn't in the MCU, and I was like wishing, like, man, if only we had an MCU Spider-Man. So now that we do have that, I think we can appreciate those movies a bit more, as flawed as they may be. So we will maybe do a review on those once Gigi has a chance to watch. Let's enter spoiler territory now, because, all right, so if you haven't seen the movie, which I'm sure if you're listening to this you have, but if you haven't seen the movie, pause for a minute and come back to this. I have to mention one part in the theater. Okay, so spoilers on now. When Aunt May dies, the guy next to Gigi was sobbing uncontrollably, like ugly crying, like grasping for air, which I don't mean to make fun of, because I love that people are emotionally attached to these. I was like, tearing up. It was a very emotional moment, but he was getting so emotional that it kind of took me out of the scene. What did you feel?
Yeah, I felt exactly the same way. Like I started choking up, and then like my eyes were starting to get like watery. I think I would have cried hadn't he was losing his mind. Like, and I think the mask make it a little, like, you can hear it more because, right, you're like breathing into your mask. So it's just like he was losing his shit. Like, and yeah, I was getting really emotional, and all of a sudden I just hear him lose his shit, and I'm like, look, like turn around, or maybe I did like a side eye. I didn't want to like make him feel uncomfortable, but it took me out of the movie, and then I just like I was.
You started laughing
a little bit.
And so after the movie, my cousin JMO, who was sitting next to us, goes, "Bro, you got really choked up during that Aunt May scene." And I was like, "Dude, that wasn't me, man." He legitimately thought it was me, and he's like, "I couldn't look at you, bro. Like I thought it was you, and I couldn't look at you." I was like, "No, that's how loud this guy was. That he was, 3 seats over, and we could. He thought he was me." So let me give my thoughts on the movie. I guess just really high level. I loved it. I didn't love it the first time as much as I thought I would. I think the expectations were just too high. I still think Spider-Man Homecoming is the superior movie. That being said, this movie is phenomenal. And seeing it the second time, kind of having the expectations lowered, I was able to just to enjoy it as a love letter to Spider-Man, and really, really a phenomenal movie. I've been wanting to see it again, so I might try to make it out to the theater one more time before it comes out on... This is news to Griselda, or to Gigi. She's like, "Oh my, you are, huh?" So yeah, really, really phenomenal movie. Any other thoughts on Spider-Man?
Yeah, actually, so since I haven't watched the other Spider-Man movies, I know that this is a big no-no, but I actually really enjoyed the spoilers So I haven't watched the previous ones, the old ones, but I do now know what happens with like the girlfriend and whatever.
With the girlfriend and whatever.
I don't know her name. But now I know that
Gwen Stacy.
It was with the G. I had that. But I think that's, like I mentioned before, like that's how I like to watch movies. I like spoilers.
There you go. So it's more appealing to you now that you know what happens to go back, that all the emotional tension's been taken out of it. Okay.
And I kind of
You're weird for that, but okay.
So Aunt May, I knew, like, so when the first Spider-Man, I do remember when the first Spider-Man came out, I was like, oh, that's weird, that, like, why is she still alive? So I had an idea that she was going to die. I just thought it was going to be in the previous movie. You
thought Aunt May was going to die in which movie?
The previous one. Like, I'm shocked that they let her
live
in
Far From Home?
I don't know the names.
Okay.
Whatever the last one.
Got it. And if we have been saying Far From Home and not No Way Home, apologies now. I think we got it right, but maybe we didn't. I don't know.
Who's to say?
Amateurs, amateur hour. Okay, so if you got nothing else to say on Spider-Man No Way Home, let's move on to the next kind of new wrinkle in Gigi Judges, and then we'll get down to the original kind of format of the segment. So we're going to do a Gigi Judges for a figure that is in hand. Now, I think we mentioned on a few episodes ago that I got 3-0 Power Rangers, one for myself and one for Gigi. There was a little bit of a swap that happened. I got her favorite Ranger kind of transposed. She ended up with the Green Ranger. I've got the Red Ranger. She has yet to open hers, but I've opened my Red Ranger and just wanted to get her thoughts, since that's really the first non-Hot Toys 1/6 figure that I've gotten. Really want to get Gigi's thoughts on how that Power Ranger stacks up.
I mean, it's fine. It's just, it's fine.
It's just fine. Okay.
I mean, it doesn't, like, don't do that to me.
You got to speak into the mic.
No, I have to look at it.
Okay.
Do you want a real honest review or what do you want?
I do want the real honest review. I'm just saying you got to speak into the mic so they can hear you.
No, they can hear me regardless. It's fine. I mean, it doesn't have as many accessories. It's fine. It just looks like a toy, just like the rest of the things.
Okay, so you couldn't distinguish it from
obviously what makes it very different is the faces of the actors, right? So, I mean, you could argue other things, I'm sure. But the faces of the actors is what, to me, really like sets the figures apart. So this one has a helmet. If you were to put this next to another,
like a stormtrooper,
it's just a toy to me. I don't know that I've said this before, but when Marco first started collecting these, I was like, I would pay at most $70 for these toys. Like, it's just like,
it's one figure. How much could it cost?
Yeah.
$75?
No, that's my max of what I would pay. So it's like, I think the figures with the masks, I feel like they're just toys to me. Like, I could go to Target. Like, I would buy this at Target for $70.
Okay, I completely disagree, but I'm gonna respect your opinion.
I'm not a collector. Like, that's why this works.
And so I guess I'll give my 2 cents on this. Although this isn't Marco Judges, this is Gigi Judges. I will say that the 3-0 figures, so far just the Red Ranger, it looks really cool. The materials, there's no like real battle damage. Maybe a little bit on the blaster and on the sword. But overall, I think it's cool. The price is right as well. They're not like too overpriced, but it just doesn't hold up to Hot Toys. Like, I've got it right now in a DTOF with other Hot Toys. It's like right below the Spider-Man from Batman vs. Superman and right above the Punisher War Machine. And I just say, like, the level of detail just isn't the same. But if it wasn't in the same display, maybe it kind of stands on its own. But it's tough for me personally to display with Hot Toys.
But here's a question for you, I guess, for me.
Ask away. Okay.
Okay, but the Power Rangers, they're more simple. Like, they're, it's not like they have these like intricate costumes, or it's just very simple. So
I agree. I felt like if Hot Toys had the license, they would, just add an extra level of detail, right? It's the materials they use. It's kind of the, battle damage that they have. Even for non-battle damage figures, they just have a way to make things look a bit more realistic. So I just think if it would also be way more expensive too, right? They'd probably want $250 to $275 if they had the Rangers license. So it's just different. That's my big takeaway.
Oh, I guess it is missing the center thing, right? Didn't the Power Rangers have like their emblem or their?
No, I think you're thinking of like later on.
Oh.
They get those, maybe from the movie. But
I don't know.
anyways, beside the point. Okay, let's move on now to a normal size Gigi judges, and let's start with Pennywise the Dancing Clown. Should I do my Pennywise impression or no?
I wouldn't know the difference.
Pop, 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 pop. All right, that was awful. I might cut that out of there. So, all right, so let's take a look at Pennywise. What do you think of this figure? You haven't seen it because you don't like scary movies, and I've been trying to get her to watch it, and she's like, no, there's no way. So what do you think of this one?
I mean, it's fine. I like the costume and the balloon.
What do you think of the face?
I mean, it looks like a clown. I don't like, does it have those things on its forehead?
Yeah, like what you're seeing here is the final product.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
this is
I'm
what it
saying
looks
in
like.
the movie. Is that a thing?
Oh,
Are they
yeah,
scars?
that's how it is. Yeah, I think they are kind of like scars, or it's just texturing, but it's just to make it look a little bit less human, a little more alien, right?
Okay. I mean, I like the costume.
Okay, so you like the you like the Victorian looking costume, but
yeah,
besides that,
I mean, it's something I would wear.
okay, yeah, you definitely would wear this costume, 100%. Okay, and it comes with the skateboard. That's pretty
Yeah,
sweet.
is that a thing in the movie?
Yeah, I believe so. I want to say that it's from one of the other characters.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've seen part one, but
Okay.
yeah, so this isn't a figure I'm planning on getting, but it looks really cool, and I love the movie, so I'm tempted, but I don't think it fits my display particularly well. Okay, so how many pancakes for Pennywise the Dancing
I think
Clown?
it looks really cool. I would give it like a 7.
Dang, a 7. Okay,
I mean, it looks good.
okay, this is outside of the rules of Gigi judges, but should I get it?
No.
Okay, no, don't get it. All right. All right, moving on. So 7 pancakes for Pennywise the Dancing Clown. Okay, next we're going to talk
Does
about...
it dance?
No, in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does a lot of weird things.
Okay.
You'll have to watch
No,
you'll have to
no,
watch it to
no
see.
thanks.
Okay, so the next figure we're going to talk about is Thena from Eternals. Now, you've seen Eternals. What did you think of the movie?
I liked it. It was cool.
Okay, that's kind of how I felt. It was fine. It was just fine
I
enough.
liked
Oh, Kunal Nanjiani?
Yeah.
Kumal Nanjiani, I believe is how you
liked
pronounce
him.
his name. Yeah, he was pretty
funny.
sweet in it. Yeah, he was the the best part. Okay, so Thena. So this is Angelina Jolie
Okay.
and her character, which didn't have that big of a role, spoiler alert. But what do you think of this figure?
or maybe the biggest role. It's cool.
You're
I
really-
mean, I don't like but maybe this, I mean, I don't know that this has to do with like the figure itself. I don't like her costume.
I would say that's a big criticism of the Eternals overall. Their costumes are just kind of blah, right? They just look generic.
Yeah.
Yeah, compared to, the more distinguished or the more distinct Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, like these are just really, like they all kind of blend together, I'd say, for now.
Yeah, I don't like, the costume. And again, I don't think that's a issue with the figure. I think it's just the costume.
What do you think of the head, though?
I like it. I feel like, is this a Hot Toy?
Yes, this is a hot toy. All of these are hot toys.
Okay, so normally I feel like I've had issues with the way that they pose the face. Like sometimes it's like, it just doesn't look good to me for women. And I feel like this one's probably the best.
You're talking about the expression that the women
Yeah.
have. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And this one I like, it looks like the lines, the smile lines
Yeah.
and everything.
And her
like,
lips are just so distinctive. They got that right, which I think they did, right? Like it just looks like Angelina Jolie. It just has this pouty look, like right
Yeah.
off the bat.
it has like these lines around the smile lines. I really like that. The eye, like this looks like flesh. It looks like if I touched it, it'd be flesh. So I really,
That was a really weird way to put it, but I understand what you're saying, and that was a great description of it. Yeah, it does look like flesh. My God. Okay, so how many pancakes for Thena?
I'm gonna take into consideration the face. I really like, and I will say this. So before I was kind of on the fence. Last time you talked about the rooted hair, right?
Oh yeah, rooted versus sculpted hair.
And at first I thought that I liked the rooted hair, but after thinking about it some more, I think I prefer this hair, whatever this is.
Okay. All right. So this is sculpted hair.
Yeah,
It's
I think
like
I
actually
prefer
a
that.
sculpted piece. Okay. Yeah, I agree because you could get the final, and that'll tie into the last figure we're going to talk about. So, okay. So how many pancakes?
I'm gonna go with the 7.5, just based on the face. The face is very. I think they did a really good job on the face. And not even, I know there's like some controversy of like, or maybe no controversy about whether it looks like her or not, but whatever. I think it looks really good. I think, yeah, I feel like this is one of the smile lines and everything. It just looks like flesh. Sorry, I'm like at a loss for words.
No, I think that's a great descriptor. And I will agree with you. So you said 7.5, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I will agree with you that this head sculpt is really strong. For every head sculpt, people are going to complain and say, oh, that doesn't look quite right. But yeah, this one is really strong. And when I was on Collecting Weekly, I talked about this figure being kind of a slump buster was the way that I described it. And only in that, like the Infinity War, what the heck is I'm pointing at the figure right now. Chris Pratt, Star-Lord. My gosh, I had him. So the Infinity War Chris Pratt got down to like below $200, and I bought him from Hong Kong, shipped for, I think it was like $190. So if this figure got to that price point, it would be, I would consider it, right? Like maybe it's a peg warmer, and then, I hadn't gotten a figure in a while, and for the right price, it could be a really cool one to add because it's kind of unique, although a bit generic.
I do have a question though. Tell me what you think about this. Yeah. Is it the breastplate that makes it look weird?
Oh, like her titties be too far apart, or what?
No, it's just like the line. It makes it look too boxy.
Okay, that could be the case. Yeah. So hopefully, Hot Toys, if you're listening, please work on the breastplate before you release this for the final. Okay, so all right, so 7.5 for Athena. Let's now move on to Endgame Thor. Now this is known as Bro Thor or Fat Thor, and I know we loved this iteration of Thor from the movie, but what do you think about this figure?
They didn't just release this, right? This
has been released for a little bit. We may have even covered this figure before, to be honest. But the reason I'm bringing this one back to the forefront, and I know we normally don't talk about my collection, but this is one that I'm considering adding, and so just want to chat with you a bit about what your thoughts are.
Why would you get this one? I'm just curious.
Can you say that again loud?
Why are you thinking about getting this?
Because I love this iteration of Thor. It's like a definitive Thor. It comes with the Mjolnir. It comes with the Stormbreaker. Like he's kind of bigger, boxier. He's got this is like a unique look. I feel like too. We'll never see this chubby version of Thor. And it is really similar to the Infinity War version that I have. But that version has different looks to him as well. So you could really well differentiate them. I just think it's a great looking figure. I think the face looks phenomenal too with that beard, the braided beard. And then the last point I will say is I do want to get, so I have the the Endgame Captain America. I do want to get the battle damaged Endgame Iron Man. So then why would you not just get the Thor as well? Why would you not complete the Trinity?
Obviously.
Yeah, no brainer. Come on.
I'm going to say no on this one.
No, that's not how we do.
I know, but I'm just going to say no.
It's going to be real awkward when he shows up.
No.
So, okay, so how many pancakes, though?
I remember Thor being fatter. Is that a thing?
Well, he was really fat, but then remember at the end, he gets his armor back. They make him look a little more heroic. Not that fat guys can't be heroic, and that's why... Let me just pause really quick, because fat guys can be heroic, okay? And that's why they didn't thin him down at the end, because they just let him be fat and be a badass at the same time. Totally can happen. Anyways.
I like him thicker.
Oh, you like him more thick. All right.
Yeah, like.
All right, I'll get him and we'll pat him up a little bit. We'll do a body mod.
Okay.
Okay, how many pancakes?
Let me see. The hair. Let me see. I think I'm not crazy about the hair. I do like his beard, but it looks too, like his hair is too spread out to me.
Okay.
I do like his
that Stormbreaker, yes.
Uh-huh.
With all the effects that are on there.
Yeah. Can you take them out or no?
Yeah, you can take them off, and it lights up. Like you press a button and it lights up.
I do. Do the eyes?
Yeah, the eyes light up. I think you have to put like a black light on it, which we wouldn't want to put a black light in this room. So
I'm not a fan of this one, just again because you already have this one. So just
in your mind, because I already have the Infinity War Thor.
He is. I was like, where is he?
Yeah, he's right there.
Do you have a face with the long hair or no?
No, this is the only iteration. Well, no, sorry. He does. There are older Thors with long hair, but I have none. I just have the Infinity War short hair version. So in my mind, like this head is so different, the figure just stands out.
Okay, so I think there's definitely a bias because you know what I mean. Like this is when I think about Thor, I don't think about this Thor. Was he in the movies like this? I don't even remember that.
In Endgame,
I don't remember.
Okay, this is the final battle. I'm showing you the picture right now where he's standing next to Cap and Iron Man. I think we need to rewatch. All right, well, this is going to be the last episode of the podcast. Who are they fighting? Thanos.
Okay, I definitely don't remember him like. I do not remember him like this.
Oh my goodness.
So I mean,
that was concerning.
Okay, so
you really haven't been yourself.
I asked you if it was Batman. I asked you if Batman was Batman that time when he just grew a beard. So
that is true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Know your audience. I don't like. I know.
No,
this is not.
you're deviating.
No, I know. But I'm saying that it's very biased because I don't like. This is not Thor to me. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
So
and I think that's why I like it is because. Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 6. Like.
Okay, 6
and
pancakes
that's and that's basically just for his accessories.
For the Stormbreaker. Okay. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. All right.
The cape is cool though.
Okay. And the last piece that we'll talk about. Let's don't worry about it, sweetheart. The last one that we'll talk about for Gigi judges. Excuse me.
I'm gonna fight you.
You're gonna throw a punch during this episode. That actually might happen. Maybe we'll post the behind the scenes beforehand. But okay. So I want to talk to you about this Golden Armor Wonder Woman. By the way, I have no plans to get this one, so don't worry about this one. But there was a big controversy because, and this goes back to the sculpted versus rooted hair. So this one is rooted, which is, kind of like the Barbie-like hair. So this was the prototype that they released, okay? What do you think of the prototype?
It looks good.
Okay, right? Like, looked really good and got everyone hyped. And then this was the final figure that they released. Give it a second to load there. Okay.
He wasn't prepared.
Okay, so this was the final figure that they released.
Okay.
What do you think of that one?
Looks fine.
Does it feel like a downgrade from the prototype in your mind?
You should have had them next to each other.
Okay, so here's
this and the other one.
Oh, okay, yeah. For whatever reason, it wasn't loading up. Okay, so here's the final figure right there.
I feel like there's like the lighting is even different. So I feel like it's.
I think that's a tough part though. The lighting, it really depended on the lighting. So some pictures will come out. I think the same thing happened with Rey, which I know you're not the biggest fan of, but Rey from the last Skywalker, the pictures released, everyone was like, that's horrendous. That looks nothing like her. And then when people started getting it in hand, they're like, oh no, actually, like it's a pretty good head sculpt. So the lighting does make a big difference. There's another picture. Yeah, it's the same one.
Wait, this is which one?
This is the final version. So this is like someone has it in hand and they've taken a picture.
I mean, I think it looks good.
But do you feel like, okay, so keep that in your mind, and then here was the prototype.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to see them. I'm faceplant. This doesn't work for me. I think that, I'd have to, sorry, this is not going to work. I have to see them next to each other.
Okay, fair enough.
But I think the lighting, right? Like, look at the lighting and you know that's like supreme lighting. Like you can tell that's like very staged.
Yeah.
It's like me putting on a filter right now.
No, but here's the problem though. Hot Toys, so like this picture, Hot Toys released that, and I don't think it shows it the figure in its best light, right? We haven't seen it in person, but this one doesn't. This is the final, and the other one I was showing you was the...
Yeah, it looks good.
It looks good, but does it look like the actress though, or it looks kind of like a Barbie-like version of...
I think it kind of looks like the actress.
Kind of though, or like... Because Hot Toys is supposed to look very close, right?
I'd have to see them next to each other.
You keep saying that, but I don't understand.
Like, I need to see the face, her face. Like, you did a poor job at staging this because you know that I'm face blind, and you weren't well prepared.
You need to see. Okay, so there's the prototype.
All right, I'm trying to remember that. All right, go.
Okay, and then there's the final.
Like this should have been.
See there? Can you see that? Oh, yeah. Okay, there it is right there. Which one looks more like the actress?
Yeah,
the prototype? Okay, so the prototype.
It's just tough because it's a different angle. I can see the likeness on this one.
And I think that's what a lot of people are saying, right? Like, it still looks like her. They've just made some modifications.
Yeah.
I think that the tough pill to swallow is like, it feels like it's so different from what they advertise.
The hairstyle is very different too. I mean, yeah, the hairstyle is different.
In what way do you think the hair is different?
I mean, she has layered, it's surrounding her face. I mean, also maybe the position of the... Here, like, it looks like very Barbie hair.
Yeah.
Like very Barbie-like. Here it looks a little bit more, it has more texture.
Okay, got it. A little more voluminous, perhaps.
Yeah. Mm-hmm,
all right. Mm-hmm. Okay. So this one, I guess you don't. Let's just give the final product right here that you're looking at. How many pancakes?
I will say this though, and also you didn't provide me more pictures. I know this is not what it looks like by watching the shows. I know it has the wings. I mean, the wings are very impressive. I feel like.
Okay.
I actually really like this one.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that like the wings are amazing. I think when it's like set up, like that's really, it like, yeah, it's very like attention. It's an attention whore.
This one, yeah, it's like it's a centerpiece basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you do like this figure overall?
I do.
Though?
Mm-hmm. Very powerful.
Very powerful. Okay.
This is what it looks like, or no?
Yeah. No. These are the prototype pictures that we're looking at right now.
Yeah, I like the wings, and plus, like, I mean, I guess you look at them very closely, but you just put on this headpiece, and then
yeah, I think that's what a lot of people are saying. But also, you have to think about it's a $360 figure, so you're buying it to then just put on the helmet,
as opposed to what?
As opposed to keeping that beautiful, glorious head out with the voluminous hair, you know?
Okay. No, I don't know. I mean, everybody has their own, right? Like, if you're going to get it, some people get it because of the attachment they have to the character. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and I would agree. And so I was just trying to be a little bit on the dramatic side because I think at the end of the day, obviously collectors are like very demanding and we like expect the most out of Hot Toys, and this one is just fine. But yeah, I think people are upset because there's a change from the... Okay, so prototype right there, final right there. I think those are two good comparisons.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I can definitely see the difference. I think the hair has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
But overall, I think like if I really liked this character, which I do, I would still get it. Like, I'd be like, okay, it doesn't look exactly like it, but don't you kind of go into knowing that there might be like a slight variation? Yeah,
I guess that's the whole conversation here. Normally Hot Toys improves on the final product from the prototype, but there's a few instances like the Mark 85 where it was just like a whole different head sculpt. And this is almost how it feels. Like, it doesn't even feel like a change. It just feels like a whole different head sculpt. Yeah. And so I think that's why people are upset.
I think the hair makes a big difference because Barbie hair is very smooth like that. Mm-hmm. And here you can see it's like very textured.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if I were to get this, I get what you're saying, and I guess I can see why people are like upset, but I would just throw on I think it looks cooler with the headpiece anyway, with those wings. I mean, I think, again, obviously I'm not a collector. I don't collect these things, so what do I know? But I think the thing that draws my eyes to it are the wings. I feel like
I thought you were going to say the titties.
Oh my gosh, Marco.
I'm just, come on.
Am I staring right at them?
I saw where your eyes were.
And also her boobs are not this big.
Yeah, her boobs are definitely not that big.
Yeah, but I like the costume. I'm literally not looking at her face if we're being completely honest.
That was the point that no one brought up. No one's even looking at the face.
Yeah.
Come on. Okay, so 2 final questions. How many pancakes?
Okay.
How many pancakes?
Okay. Sorry, I thought you were going to throw both questions so I can think about it. I really like this. I understand the issue with the face. I understand the issue people have. But I think the wings are very impressive. I like this costume a lot. So I'm going to get it. Yeah, see, that looks better to me with the headpiece.
Yeah, the helmet, it is badass with the helmet on. No doubt about it.
Yeah, those wings are beautiful. I'm going to give it an 8.5.
8.5, okay.
Yeah, I think those are beautiful pieces.
So 8.5 pancakes. Mm-hmm. Should I get it? For $360, feels like pretty good value. Well, now you're kind of talking me into it. You did this to yourself.
I'm too good at this. Honestly, I really like this. But it would have to be like center stage for me. You know what I mean? The wings are like, I don't know how big it is. I don't know how big the wings are, but this is like a center stage piece for me. Yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe we'll put one more shelf right here and I'll put it up top. Just get rid of these 2
the stormtroopers, the remnant trooper and the shore trooper. Sorry, those aren't leaving the collection.
Take them out.
or T'Challa and in concept art Captain America. No, those are must-haves.
I feel like that one would I would put it there by itself. You know what I mean? Like it's a good piece. Like the wings are very powerful.
Yeah, they are. Okay. Or on top right there, because right above Batman and Superman.
No, I don't like that.
That's DC's Trinity. Just like Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor are Marvel's trilogy.
I would put it like there,
right in the middle
spot. Okay, or over here.
Guys, we're getting some ideas here. All right, we got a lot of hope.
I think it goes to contrast with the helmet. It's like a shiny.
Oh shit, you're onto something. Okay, all right.
Some people got it, some people don't.
I'm gonna add it to cart. I'm just gonna add it to the cart right now, just in case. So come back. Okay. All right. So that concludes Gigi judges for this episode. Now let's move on to topic of the show.
If we ever have a daughter, you can give it to her.
You're making some legacy arguments now. This might be one that you really want. Your collection is starting to grow. No. Mario did point out that you have your eye on this Hawkeye. So, and Hawkeye's got a little bit of gold. He could go right next to your golden armor Wonder Woman.
Now that you bring up Mario and I need to have a chat because I have some questions.
So specifically Mario from Collecting Weekly. All right. There's obviously only one Mario, but what are the questions you have for Mario?
I want to know, first of all, stop trying to talk my mans into collecting statues.
He's doing a community service. He wasn't trying to talk me into it. He was just showing me some good deals he saw, all right?
And I do have a question about the statues, though.
Okay. Can I ask? I don't know shit about statues, but you can ask.
Okay, so what is these...
Hot Toys.
6-scale figures... You pose them and that's the fun part in it, right?
Yeah.
Or one of them. What is the fun part about statues?
I think statues just more like it's more of a centerpiece. Just like you were talking about with the Wonder Woman with her big, pronounced wings. It's like, it is just a statement piece. Yeah, you can't move it. And some of them have swappable parts, but it's like, I love this pose. I love this character. I love everything about this statue. Like that's going to be part of like, people come over like, wow, that is something else. I don't know that anyone that collects statues, so I haven't really seen a ton in person. So I really couldn't say like, oh, okay, there's...
You don't know them in person.
I've seen them at stores and stuff, but like in someone's collection in their home, I don't know how they stand out, but I'd assume it's like pretty impressive. And I have heard of collectors who have Hot Toys and statues, and people like be, attracted to the statues, and then Hot Toys are kind of like whatever after you see it next to a statue, which is much more... much more of a statement. I
feel like, I can see both. I can see like because when we were watching Pose Wars, like that's very funny to me, and I can see the appeal to that. But
you're talking about the posing of 6-scale figures and action figures,
yeah. But I think, and you and I were kind of having this conversation, like, you spend. They're $100, a few $100s, but
they're just $100 a figure. You're right.
No. In comparison to the statues are more expensive, obviously.
Generally, yeah. There's some more affordable statues, but yeah, they're generally more expensive.
So as I previously mentioned, like one of the issues that I have is like the space, right? Like I feel like these are they take up a lot of space. So, a funny side note, hold on. During Christmas, when I was looking for boxes to put gifts in, I almost used one of your brown shipper boxes.
She went back to my back room and was grabbing my brown shipper boxes and like, yo, what are you doing?
Okay, sorry. I needed boxes.
I came home and our house was destroyed. Every box we had like freaking cereal boxes on the ground. I was like, okay, be less Mexican for 1 second. All right, highly offensive. Yeah, all right, relax. You're canceled.
That was part of the fun in Christmas. Like, you're getting a present, you open it, it's a cereal box. Everybody knows that. But anyway, my point being, so, like, How I Met Your Mother, you know how he had the, ¿cómo se llama este?
The Stormtrooper.
Yeah. The big one?
You're talking about Barney. He had, a life-size Stormtrooper
So I would prefer that. Like, I know, I'm sure it's, like, thousands of dollars. But, I mean, you have thousands.
Probably, like, $10,000.
No, like 5. I think I looked it up.
Okay.
I actually was going to get you one. Not $5,000. It wasn't $5,000. But
I learned a lot of stuff today, guys.
So anyway, this is when never mind. So, I think I would prefer those. Like, I prefer a big piece.
Jesus. Cálmate. That's why you're with me, right? You prefer a big piece? Go on.
Over a few little ones.
Okay, all right, yeah. That's why you kept your body count low, because you just got with one guy with the big piece. Okay, makes sense. The math is adding up. All right.
Stop. Oh my god. But yeah, I would prefer like a big 200 piece as opposed to like a
bunch of smaller ones. And see, like I like collecting a lot. We are minimalists, right? And I just like I enjoy the hot toys in that they're not so crazy expensive. In a lot of people's eyes, they are, but they're not like so crazy expensive that you can't justify getting, a few in a short period of time. And so like you have the whole rush of like waiting for it. It's on its way. You get it. You unbox it. With statues, it feels like maybe you're getting like 2 statues a year. That's not how everyone operates, but if it was going to be me and for our budget and the size of our room.
You could not have more than like one, probably.
So it wouldn't be the same style of collecting. It just wouldn't match my collecting.
I'm just saying that to me, visually, that looks better to me. Like one statue, like one big piece over several small ones.
A bunch of smaller ones. Yeah. Okay.
So like I would, because again, you have a few, I feel like $1,000 in this room. So I would use all of that money and buy just one big thing. Okay. Okay. But I get what you're saying. Like,
so when we get divorced, you're going to sell all my hot toys to get one statue.
No. When we get divorced, I am going to take your collection and I'm going to give it away or trash it. Like, okay. It's going to be...
Just make sure you give it to somebody that's deserving, okay?
No, that's the point. I'm going to give it just to whomever.
This is getting a little too toxic. So, okay, all right. Maybe your nephew. Depends which one. Depends which one. Not Alan, though. Not Alan.
Oh, my God.
He doesn't deserve shit. Okay, so let's move on now. That was a good statue combo. Let's move on now to a new segment. I think I just transitioned us into topic of the show, and now I'm hopping back. This is just where we talk about what we've been watching, the media that we've been consuming. Gigi, do you want to start, or do you want me to start?
You can go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to start with one song that I've been listening to over and over. I've been pulling a Griselda, but there's a song from College Dropout from Kanye's first album called Last Call. I think it's from College Dropout. Either that or Graduation. It's called Last Call. It's like this long, like 13 or 19 minute long song. And like, it's just kind of inspirational to me. I know everyone hates Kanye. To me, it's an inspirational song because he's, talking about how he had to build himself up and had to be his biggest cheerleader and hype himself up. And I don't know, like I just love this. So I've been listening to that over and over. What else have we been watching? We've been watching Pen 15 on Hulu, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Pen 15, I don't know if I can recommend this last season, but the first 2 seasons are pretty freaking hilarious. They're grown women who basically play middle schoolers, and they went to middle school at the same time as us, in the early 2000s. So all the references like to like FUBU and what else, like wrestling, and everything is just so spot on. Tamagotchis, so spot on. And then the last thing that I'll say is been trying to get back to Planes and PS5. I did get Ratchet and Clank for Christmas, just haven't had a chance to install it. So hopefully that'll be on the horizon. Gigi, what have you been watching or playing?
I haven't, other than Pen 15. I watched part of the movie. Oh,
that's right. We watched Don't Look Up.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
That one was funny and depressing all at the same time. Oh, we watched Encanto.
Oh, yeah. I really liked that movie. It was really sweet. The songs were bangers.
Then Manuel does it again.
Yeah. And then I listened to the same stuff over and over.
The same songs. Maluma or Karol G.
Yeah. And I like what I like. And I started playing Pokemon.
Started playing Pokemon on the
Switch.
Switch.
All in 2 days.
All right. So that'll actually transition us into topic of the show. And so our topic of the show is going to be the Nintendo Switch. And I'm sure everyone was thinking that it was my Switch, but in fact, so to give you this story, I had a friend who was upgrading to the OLED Switch, my buddy Steven, and he said, hey, like if you want my old Switch, I'll sell it to you for $100. And I had been wanting a Switch for a while, but couldn't really justify buying a brand new one. And also I knew Gigi would be like, what the fuck?
I did say no immediately when it came out.
Which isn't always a deciding factor. But in this case, I just thought, I don't need it, right? I don't even play my PlayStation as often as I need to, or my Xbox. And so for that price, I was like, okay, can't pass it up. And so I had it. I hadn't played it at all. And then for Christmas, we actually got my sister a Switch, or found her a Switch when they were really hot during the pandemic. And she got really into Animal Crossing and Zelda and Mario. She's like, had not gamed since the GameCube. Got really heavily into it. And so for Christmas, I got Gigi the Let's Go Pikachu. Is that what it's called? Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu.
Yeah.
And I got my sister Let's Go Eevee. And so I wasn't even sure if Gigi was going to be into it or not. And then she got into it, and I will let her tell.
Well, it's the same game, right, that we played when we were younger on the Game Boy.
From the Red and the Blue, right?
Yeah.
It's a remake.
Mm-hmm. So it's like exactly the same game. Obviously, the graphics are much better, but I didn't want to because I'm like, well, okay, I know how I am, and I will not want to put it down until like I'm done. So like the first night, Marco was like, why don't you just go play your game? And I was like, okay.
I think I was trying to play video games or something, but I was like, yeah, go play your game.
So I did. There I am. I don't know. I didn't even want to look at the time, but I know it was very late, like way past 2 a.m.
I think I went to bed at 2 and you were still playing.
Yeah. And I was like, I just need to beat this. I think I went to level 40 for Pikachu like on day 2. Like I was playing like all day. But I get it. Like you literally are not thinking about anything else when you're playing. It's called a
distraction, honey.
And I think that was perfect because I think I needed that, where like literally not thinking about anything else.
She was taking this to like when she was making her coffee in the morning. I had her. She had it on the counter. She was like doing battles. She was like eating breakfast there on the counter. She would take it everywhere with her. I think I saw you try to take it into the shower. You were wilding.
I plead the fifth. Yeah, but I get it. I totally understand. Like when you just have to block out the world for a little bit. Like I literally was not thinking about anything.
You were in that world, right?
Yeah.
You were capturing Pokemon.
Yeah. But I will say this. It didn't bring me as much joy. I think because it's the same game. And I feel like there are very few, I don't know how it is when you play video games because that's not something I really do. But I think that there's really only a very few games that you can play over and over and you'll just like, you'll never get tired of them.
But it was also like 20 years ago that we played that game. You still remember it that well?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I have a good memory.
You do have a good memory because I remember certain things, but I feel like it would be a pretty brand new experience to me.
No, it wasn't.
Even though I played the red and the blue and I think the Pikachu yellow version too.
It wasn't. Like I knew Snorlax was going to be there. I knew I had to get the Flute. I knew I had to get
Okay, well, of course you remember Snorlax.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't, I knew what I had to do to get where I need to go. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And yeah, so it wasn't, I don't know. It was a good like mind number, if that makes sense. It wasn't
fulfilling though?
Yeah, it wasn't.
Okay. Often video games are not fulfilling in that way, right? They're just good distractions and you grind. I
don't know. I feel like Super Mario Bros. Or what's the Super Nintendo game? Is that Super Mario Brothers?
Super Mario Brothers,
like,
yeah.
I feel like I could play that over and over.
Bet. Let's go play right now.
Yeah, and I feel like because it's just like, I think there's a little bit more technique than with Pokemon.
Okay.
I think that's what I was missing, like a little bit more technique.
So would you want to play the Mario that's on, I think it's Super Mario Odyssey that's on the Switch? Or
I think so. But I had to put it down because it was getting pretty bad. Like that's all I wanted to do. And I would wake up and then I'm like, oh, I was thinking about playing, you know what I mean? Or like I'd go somewhere and I was thinking about, like people would come over and I was like, okay, they need to leave so I can play my video game.
You legitimately were getting annoyed that people were here like, okay, can they?
No, I wasn't annoyed. I was just thinking about it. I was thinking of like, okay, I think while one of our very good friends was here, like, I mean, I could totally play in front of him. So yeah, it wasn't a big deal, but like we were all talking and I'm like playing the video game, you know?
All right. So a few follow-up questions. Number one, how do you feel about the Switch overall though? Like, do you like the concept? It's like a grown-up Game Boy basically.
Yeah. I like that it's bigger.
That the screen's bigger.
I think the way that you hold it, you know, it's like a little bit bigger.
But how, like, compare it to, and we do know that you like big units. compared to like the PlayStation though, like is it a little more accessible to you that you can just pick it up and turn it on? And
literally it was like in the bed just playing.
I would just say from someone who's like pretty technologically challenged, like you'd sometimes would like call me when I was away for work, like how do I turn on Netflix on the TV? I was like, you press the Netflix button. So I get that like the barrier to entry being lower could be more appealing to you.
As opposed to what? A PlayStation?
As opposed to like turning on the PlayStation, switching to HDMI 4.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay. Never. Okay, so this is just way more accessible.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that's probably a big reason for its success. Do you feel like you will continue to be like? Is this your Switch now, though? Right? Am I ever getting it back?
No.
That was an ambiguous answer. Oh, it is yours. Okay, so I need to ask permission before I try to play anything on there. Okay, because I did want to get Knights of the Old Republic on there, which is like it's like a Star Wars RPG from back in the day. I think from when I was in high school.
I think I prefer, I know that like there are different types of games, and I think I just prefer the fighting games. I feel like the fighting games are my favorite.
You just like the button mashing and the combos. Okay. All right. Maybe we'll get you a fighting game on there.
Like the quest stuff, like I said, I think because I had played this one already, but like the going everywhere, or anywhere, like you can kind of go anywhere, I don't like that.
Too much freedom. You just want a little bit more simple. Okay. Yeah. I see. Okay.
And that's what I really like about Super Mario Bros. Also, the sounds on Super Mario Bros. Is like amazing.
True. So we did get an ornament. I think it's a Hallmark ornament. That's the Super Nintendo. It has Super Mario Brothers in the cartridge, or the cartridge in the system. And then you press a button and it actually makes the sounds from the game. And like, it hits you right in the feels when you hear that. Mm-hmm. I should go get it and play it, but maybe on the next episode. I feel that. So you think that gaming is in your repertoire? I hate the term gamer because that like implies that, I don't know, it's like it implies that you're like a different type of person. Like you're just like you watch TV, like you play video games. So like you think that's in your rotation of entertainment moving forward.
I don't know. I think it takes a lot of time. Like I don't think so. I had to put it down because I had to like, we started school back up. So I had to study and it was just no good. I had to put it down. So, yeah, I don't know. TBD, okay.
Maybe
in the summer.
Okay, maybe this summer.
I get too, like, obsessed. What did I tell you? Okay, that's actually something. So, when you came in the room.
When I came in the room?
Okay.
Which time, am I right?
Stupid. Take that out. Anyway,
no, I'm leaving that in.
You were, like, talking to me, and I don't even play with the volume on. Like it's just like it's a me time. Like I just want everything silent. I think I have like the white noise machine in the background, but I don't play with the sound on.
That's right. She doesn't play with the sound on. That is psychopath behavior if I've ever heard of it. Like you're not even listening to like a podcast or something else. Like you're just silence and pressing buttons. I would think I would lose my mind. There's
a white noise machine in the background.
But it's white noise though. It's not like anyway.
Yeah, I mean, again, it was just this. I just needed like to get away from my thoughts, I think.
Yeah, that's why video games are beautiful. Like you get transported to another world and you just get to live in that world and
like
everything else fades away. Yeah,
that was the best.
Yeah, right? It's lit. Am I right?
Yeah, I know. So, Marco said something. What did I say?
I said something to you. Is that what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember? And
oh yeah, no, I was asking her like, "Hey, honey, do you want to go? Do you want to like do something?" And she legitimately was like, "Leave me alone. I'm playing my game." And that's when I knew it was a problem. But because I knew she needed a stress reliever after her tests. And like I was proud of her for playing. I was like, okay, you play your thing. But it was scary. It was like an exorcist moment.
Like I just wanted to be left alone and play my
video. Leave me alone. Oh my God! All right, got you.
And then
I slid food under the door.
And then Marco was like, "Well, now you know how I feel when you come and interrupt me when I'm playing my PlayStation." I was like, "Oh my God, yes! I've never felt."
Legitimately, she loves to fucking talk to me during cutscenes where I'm like, I'm trying to. Sometimes, you can't pause them. I'm trying to listen. Like, I'm trying to actively be in here, and you're really killing my vibe. So now she understands. So I'd say if we got anything out of it is that she understands the mindset that it takes to be engrossed in the game.
No, I get that. Like, I'll never do that again because I felt that.
The difference between me and you is I listen with sound on like a normal person and I try to hear what they're saying. I don't know what I was interrupting. You could have literally just paused for 2 seconds.
I feel like I could have literally just been doing, I think it's just the keys, right? Like, you're just pressing buttons, and I think that's what your mind is just like. I mean, I literally, like, no new information, like no joy came out of it. It was just.
I think you might be underselling it though. You had to have gotten some joy.
No, the first day, I was like playing in the entire day. No, it was, when I say it was like mind numbing, like that, I mean that. It was like mind numbing. It was just like nothing. It was just, that's what I needed.
Okay.
You know, but there was no joy. But you know what I mean?
Okay, I feel that. That's what she said. All right. Anything else to say about the Nintendo Switch? I don't think I have anything to say, only because I haven't had a chance to play it. Like, I've played my sister's, maybe we played Mario Kart, we played at friends before. Boomerang Fu is a game we have to get. We play that at Jay and Gold's house. That shit is awesome. It's like a multiplayer game. Okay. I played my buddy Steven's, obviously the one that we have now, like for 5 minutes. But like, I don't even have a good sense of how the Switch is. I'm intrigued by it, but
it's just like a Game Boy.
Okay, well that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So someday I'll get there. Need to make a little more time for gaming in my life, but been eaten up too much recently by other things and watching Hot Toys YouTube content. So, anything else to say?
We have been doing
in
that
general. We've been it's been an active few weeks.
No.
Okay, all right. So that was a good overview. How many pancakes for the Nintendo Switch?
A 9.
9 pancakes. Yeah. Okay, how many pancakes?
It's portable. You can take it anywhere. I just need my gadgets. Marco has this saying: I just need my gadgets and my snacks. Whenever we fly, I just need my gadgets and my snacks.
By the way, flying, you have your little iPad or whatever game system you've got. Normally, I think I just play games on the computer, and then you have some little snacks, and you're set. You could get through any flight with that. One more thing I will say, I've been exploring some display options to, expand my ability to have figures in this room. And so I showed Griselda these, they're from IKEA, but they're basically frames that could go over the TV. And what did you say when I showed those to you?
Oh, I thought you wanted to talk about something important.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I have something to talk to you about. And she legitimately was like, oh. Thought you wanted to talk about something important.
I thought it was something like cool.
Was that a yes, though?
I mean,
it was something cool.
Listen. Oh, I do have a question. I want to know okay, so you have this room, and like this is where you keep all of your collectibles.
So this room, I've got 3D Toffs, 2 Billy bookcases with the glass doors. I've got 2 shelves. And so that's about it in terms of my Hot Toys storage right now. So I've kind of outgrown this room.
What do you mean by that? Because here's something that we had discussed. The your collection cannot go outside of these 4 walls. And I feel like you are trying to you're trying to start a fight, number one, because like we've established that. And now I feel like you're trying to put them somewhere else. No,
that's why I'm trying to put that extra display over the TV, though, so I can fit more in here.
Okay, and then that would solve the problem?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. That would give me more storage.
I guess I just had like a question about how other people dealt with that. Like, do you kind of have one specific spot where you can only have your figures, or can you have them anywhere?
That's a good question. If you have any thoughts on that or any recommendations or just what
Not
you
recommendations.
Do. Okay. What do you do? If you leave it down in the comments below.
Because I feel like it's very standard for people to just have one place where like, this is where your hobbies are going to go. Sorry, I can't think words right now. Your collection's going to go and they don't come out of here. And I feel like you are trying to break that.
No, I'm trying to solve the storage in here. Okay. That's the thing. And no, I think unless you're a bachelor, then that's probably the case, that you just got one area where all your collectibles are at. And if you're a bachelor, then you just have them. Imagine, man, If I was a bachelor, I'd have them everywhere.
I can make that wish come true.
You know, I might be careful what you wish for someday, perhaps. Well, okay, that has been a great conversation, and I think I got the thumbs up, everyone. So
For what?
for adding those frames above the TV. Okay, so let's talk about some content we have coming up on the channel. I'd like to do a small collection tour, although my collection is small, but it would just to give folks a sense of what we're talking about here on the podcast. I do have a collection outlook video coming up for the most anticipated Marvel figures of 2022. Those are tough to do only because Hot Toys schedules are all over the map, but I think it'll be some pretty cool content. Partway done with that, and then I'd like to do a few more of those for Star Wars and DC, and then some additional collection outlook videos upcoming. I think that'll do it for today's episode. Anything else you'd like to share with the people?
I do have a question.
Okay, all right, we're going now. I think
no,
we're over.
It's gonna be
no. Keep it
You're
coming.
making this longer. No.
We're over an hour now, which is beautiful.
Okay, no. I'm gonna Doctor Strange.
Uh-huh.
You know, in the movie Spider-Man where he's wearing that hoodie and his cape.
Spider-Man's wearing the hoodie and the cape.
No. Doctor Strange.
Oh, Doctor Strange. Are you talking about where he has like the sweatshirt underneath? Yeah.
Do you think they'll make a...
I don't think so because they already announced the one Doctor Strange. But if they made that one with the
that
sweatshirt, that one would
funny.
be awesome, right?
Yeah.
I think it's too much effort on their part because they're probably working on another Doctor Strange for the next movie.
Literally just slap a sweater on him.
That's true.
It's the
That's
same.
true.
You made another one. They made an exact one with different. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying is they literally just had to roll that figure out and give them different accessories as opposed
so just give him a sweater.
Okay, maybe that's a good point. They have yet to announce any
What?
other figures for, they've had those few Spider-Man that they've announced and Doctor Strange, but that's it so far.
Okay.
So we're kind of waiting on those. But, I'm probably going to want to go pretty deep into that line, get all the villains, get a few Spider-Men from it. Gigi's rolling her eyes at me. I'm kidding. It's going to be a tricky line to navigate. That's why we have Collection Outlook to discuss those things. Okay, all right. That's all you have to say on that?
Yep.
All right, beautiful. Well, this concludes our episode, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Bye.